Dave here with Limitless Brave. For the past 16 years, I've been mentoring men to help them shift their mindset so they can shift their world. Helping them with their dating lives, their marriages, their divorces, their businesses and careers, as well as living an awesome lifestyle. And of course, everybody's favorite, making more money. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 7 pillars of masculinity. What are the attributes that make a solid masculine man? And how do you stack up with each one of these attributes? Now, there's a lot of people out there teaching masculinity or attempting to. And you really have two camps. You have these soft, spiritual, hippy-dippy, feely, touchy kind of guys that use this tactic to try to get women to like them, to try to get people in general to like them, to be soft and aloof and disassociated from the grit and the darkness that the masculine brings. And you see these guys all over the place. They are just incredibly weak men. Unfortunately, a lot of guys get sucked down that rabbit hole and spend a ton of money working with these guys, thinking they're gonna reach some kind of spiritual enlightenment, or women are magically gonna fall in love with them, or that men are gonna wanna hang out with them and bond and talk about emotions and feelings all the time. You need to be emotional. You need to have feelings, but you need to manage it like a man, not like a woman. And that's what a lot of these guys try to teach. And it's really, really unfortunate. And the other camp is these toxic males that create these military style boot camps and sometimes bring in guys from the military that really aren't true warriors. A lot of them are pogues, unfortunately. Guys that never saw combat, guys that never really did much in the military. They have giant fucking egos and they think yelling and screaming and berating men is a way to turn them into masculine men. And that's not true. I must say though that I love our military. Everybody that serves is awesome. It's a very small group of people that I'm picking on here. Yeah, you guys have seen the military style boot camps out there. You're not really learning much in those. There's not much going on, quite honestly. When you really look at a solid warrior, a modern warrior, it's a very gentlemanly experience, especially in their training. It's like you either show up and you perform at 100% every day, or you leave, you get out. It's not about yelling and screaming and belittling and, squirting each other with a water hose. It's a very serious thing, and it's a warrior mindset that these guys adapt. Unfortunately, those guys are true warriors, and so they're out doing warrior things. They're not teaching workshops, which is kind of sad. Now, some of them have gone off and created really fantastic organizations, helping our veterans, helping other people with addiction and things like that. So really applaud those guys and support those guys. And of course, I support our military. Again, not picking on the military, but there's a couple dudes that it's just like, come on, man. So when I look at those types of boot camps, I see them as very toxic, inauthentic, very cheesy, and very expensive for not much learning, not much shift. And the way I work is really shifting you as a man so that has a perpetual compounding effect into the future so that your life continually gets better. And that's kind of how I differentiate myself from these two camps. A lot of guys from both of those camps end up coming and working with me a lot of the times and telling me about the horrible experiences that they've had and experience the work that I do and are like, whoa, this is really what I've been looking for. So if you're a guy that's been down that road, you've done the hippy dippy spiritual thing, or you've gone to these like toxic masculine military wannabe boot camps and none of it works for you, come hang out, come check out the work that I do. Really solid group of dudes here that, really supporting each other and helping each other out along the way. And like I said, the growth compounds perpetually into the future. So the first pillar is strength. We need physical strength and we need mental strength. Guys, you need to be moving your body. You need to be going to the gym, participating in sport several times a week. Now, if you're working a labor-intensive job, like a blue-collar job, hey, you're getting your workout in, but a lot of those guys still go to the gym. They still train for a specific sport. So those guys are moving their bodies all the time, and that really helps create this masculine energy in the body. It helps because those guys are moving their body all the time. They're aware of their body. They're very embodied. They're very grounded, most of them. And that's what we want to head toward. We want to head toward this grounded, solid guy. And the best way to do that is pushing some weights, participating in sports, moving your body, participating in martial arts. Now, when it comes to mental strength, do you have the mental fortitude to do the mundane things that you need to do every single day? Can you deal with difficult emotional situations without collapsing, without hitting the bottle, without smoking the weed, without doing the drugs? Can you sit in the emotional pain of shit and process it and go through it, right? Do you have the mental fortitude to show up to the gym every single day if that's your thing, or every other day if that's your thing? Do you have the mental fortitude to go through the difficult times of running your business or the difficult times in your career and still climb the ladder, still raise the bar for yourself without quitting? So many men want to quit today because it gets a little difficult. They get a little afraid of the unknown. And guys, life is unknown. We don't know what the hell is going to happen 1 hour from now. So accept the fact there's a tremendous amount of unknown in your life. Develop a solid mindset and get moving. Stop sitting on the couch, eating Cheetos, drinking beer, and doing nothing. And the second pillar is honor. How do you honor yourself? How do you honor others? Do you let yourself slip and not stay in integrity with yourself? Do you disrespect other people because you feel weak inside? Are you doing what you say you're gonna do for yourself first and foremost, but are you gonna do what you say you're gonna do when it involves others? Be honorable, be a man of his word. So many men do not do this today. It's like, oh, well, I kind of forgot, or, I didn't feel like doing it. When you gave somebody your word, that's bullshit. If you give somebody your word, you better be doing it. And if something comes up and is a legit reason why you can't do it, okay, that's fine. Make the phone call. Hey, can't do it. This thing came up. Apologize. We'll get with you the next round or whatever it may be. But if you're going to tell somebody that you're going to do something, you better be doing it. That is good honor. It's honor to yourself. It's honor to your family, your wife, your girlfriend, your friends around you, to society in general, your community. Be that man. Be honorable. The third pillar is independence. Yes, we as men love our independence. We want to be roaming through the city, roaming through the forest, climbing a mountain, out in the ocean, racing our cars through the desert, whatever it may be. We want our independence. And guys, you need to claim your independence. Stop being codependent. Get into a solid interdependent relationship where she has her own life, you have your own life. But when you guys are a couple, you do couple things. But make sure that you're in a true interdependent relationship. Unfortunately, so many people are in codependent relationships and get themselves in trouble. So have your own hobbies, have your own interests, do your own thing, spend time by yourself, go for a walk by yourself. You don't need to be up each other's asses all the time. That is a healthy relationship. You don't need to be constantly with that other person. And you should be searching for that internal peace that so many men want and crave and love. Men want internal peace. That's what we're really searching for. They're not looking for the next emotional roller coaster, the next fight, or anything like that. What we're really looking for is emotional peace. And how do we get that? spend some time with ourselves. We process much differently than women do, and that alone time is extremely important. You know, out there tinkering with the car, building a project, participating in our sports alone, and you know, maybe being out in the mountains, hiking, something like that, surfing at the beach, whatever. Just make sure you have that alone time to find that internal peace that you need, and take as much time as you need to do that with respect to your current relationship, obviously. And the fourth pillar is provider. And I'm not talking solely about money. Guys, if you want a family, you want a traditional stay-at-home wife, you want the kids well-educated, taken care of, yes, you need to be the financial provider for that household, for the wife, for the children. That is your duty if that's the road you want to go down, right? So if you don't want that lifestyle, okay, well, that's a little different. You know, your wife's most likely gonna be working her job, doing her thing, and you guys bring your financial resources together and create a system that works for both of you so that you both can go live that power couple lifestyle. And the provider isn't just about finances. It's about resources. It's about your capability to show up for others when they're in need, emotionally, physically, helping people out, lending a hand. That's all provider. It's not just about money. And number 5 is bravery. But don't get that confused with courage. And a lot of people see these two as the same. Courage is moving forward with fear, with concern, with difficulty. You kind of taking a slower road, you're dragging yourself through the mud a little bit with courage. Bravery, it just, whatever is in its way, it kicks it in the nuts and it faces it and goes right through it. It's a very powerful experience when you exercise bravery. You throw caution to the wind, you punch through, and you get to where you're going twice as fast. 6 is leadership. You need to be leading yourself as well as others. When you're in the leadership position, you have a responsibility to other people that follow you to make sure they are well taken care of. That's friends, that's family, that's your community, right? And then you have self-leadership. Are you going to lead yourself in the right direction that is positive, growth-oriented, and strength-building for yourself as a man? If you can't lead yourself, guys, you can't lead anybody. You have to be disciplined. You have to have a trajectory. You have to know where you're going. You need intention. And that is solid leadership. And when people feel that from you, they want to follow. They want to be in your presence because it makes them feel safe. So if you're not a leader, get in here. Get a part of these workshops, and I will help make you a leader. Leadership is super important for masculine men. And number 7 is the protector. Guys, this is emotional protection and this is physical protection, which takes us right back to pillar number 1, strength. You need physical strength. You need physical capability if you're going to be a protector. No woman is going to be hanging out with you if she doesn't feel like you can protect her. You need to have that air about you. You need to have that energy about you. It's really, really important. And I have different one-off workshops that I teach a lot of these skills in, but we're not going to get into that right now. You need to be an emotional protector. You need to help protect her emotional feelings. You need to protect your own emotional feelings. You need to protect your families. And you need to be there to protect your community as well. Being the protector is extremely important for us guys. It's one of our leading roles. That's why women want to be around us. That's why our communities support us. That's why our nation supports us, is to protect. And that is the job of the masculine. So if you're not good at it, start getting good at it. It's really, really important, guys. And it says a lot about you when you have that internal knowledge, that internal grit to know that doesn't matter what's coming, you've got it handled to the best of your ability. Sure, you might you might take a couple hits here and there, but you can get through it. And that's what the protector does. He doesn't stop. He keeps going. He makes sure everybody in his vicinity is safe. All right, guys, I hope you've learned something about the 7 pillars of masculinity, something that gives you kind of a roadmap on things that you should be developing out if you feel that you're weak in any of them. And if you're interested in any workshops, the description down below has all the latest workshops coming up. If you're looking for an awesome online community of like-minded men to hang out with, check out the Limitless Brave Private Reserve. The link is down below as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Hey gents, I forgot to add this in the video. Down below in the description is a link to the Masculine Gravitas assessment. It's a quiz that you can take that'll test you on all 7 pillars that I just talked about. So go check it out, have fun with it, and let me know how you stacked up.